So these days, I've been pretty curious about the soundtrack for Ultrakill. I know a couple of my friends have done reactions to the soundtrack before, and they've really enjoyed the music. So we're going to listen to two tracks from the soundtrack. What we have for today is The World Looks Red and then Castle Vane. And I do have two other ones on this playlist so far that I want to react to as well, but feel free to put suggestions below and I will add those to my playlist as well. These tracks are on the longer side, which is why I'm only doing like 2, maybe 3 tops per video. I'm excited to dive right in, so let's get to it. Okay, The World Looks Red. A little bit of violin, maybe? Okay, I mean, it's sounding pretty good so far. I wonder if this is supposed to be like a boss theme or something, because it is kind of hard-hitting, but it is also kind of static a little bit. The artwork that I'm seeing right now on the YouTube video, let me show you guys real quick. So this is what I'm looking at right now, and it's very interesting because their faces, like their heads are upside down, and then you see a whole bunch of, I don't know if you can see my cursor. No, you cannot. Well, there is a whole bunch of hands and arms that are creating the long arms, and even the legs too are actually arms. All the way down to the feet, I think, are hands. So very interesting. I'm not really sure if this is like the boss that you're facing or what this even stands for. Feel free to enlighten me on what this character is, if it's a boss or yeah, I have no idea. So I would appreciate some context. Okay, let's get back to listening. I'm hearing some really cool swells panned per ear. So it's on the left, then it's going to switch to the right. has to be like a boss fight, right? Love the percussion, that drum set. I might have looped already. A little bit of an organ kind of interjecting there. A little bit calmer. Less instrumentation. You got the organ. It's kind of like a filter cutoff automation. I like that. Very long reverb tail there for that bell. Oh, dang. Cool. So at the end, it actually did a reverse of the bell sound. That kind of, you know, like that sound that you're hearing, that's a typical reverse sound. So cool. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is called Castlevania. It's making me think of Castlevania. We'll see if that's a coincidence or not. And you could probably tell this this particular artwork is very red. So you're seeing the red on the screen. Oh. Yeah. Very Castlevania, like got harpsichord. Kind of like Bach, Vivaldi, Baroque style. But modernized. Again, that drum set. Let's go. Alright. I can vibe with this. Okay, interesting. In the beginning, it definitely was reminiscent of like the Baroque Castlevania style, but I am not really hearing, at least so far, I haven't heard any sequences, which is like a musical pattern that's repeated either a step down or step up. That is very, very common in Vivaldi and in Bach. But I'm not hearing it here yet. So I'm going to keep an ear out and see if I do recognize that sequencing happening. Overall, I definitely like this and am vibing with it a lot more than the first track. It's making me happy. I'm hoping there is additional source material to this, but we will see. That kind of is a sequence. On the very basic level. I almost don't want to call it a sequence though. Okay, I'm going to pause it here just so I can throw in an actual example of a sequence from either Vivaldi or Bach. And so you can kind of hear what I'm talking about and what I'm listening for. It doesn't seem like this track has it, but again, this is something that is very common in the Baroque style music, especially with those two composers. So yeah, that is an example of a sequence, and I'm a sucker for them. I actually really, really like them, especially as a violinist myself. I've played a ton of Vivaldi and Bach music, so sequences are something that I kind of look forward to when I'm performing and playing. Yeah, just a fun little tidbit. Let's get back to listening. Got the rhythm guitar on and off for that little section there. very interesting chord progression. Yeah, that part especially is reminiscent of Bach Toccata and Fugue a little bit. But yeah, that harpsichord is probably the most Baroque sounding thing of this entire piece. It didn't really go the direction I was thinking, but it also was kind of refreshing to listen to this track. Again, I do appreciate that they did change things up a little bit. There was a section where they had like, I don't know if you really call it a rhythm guitar, but you have the guitar playing a chord and then it dips out for the next chord and then it comes back in on the following chord. So having this kind of alternating pattern where it comes in and then it's off and then on, off, I kind of like that because it does sound a little bit different from the rest of the track. So it's something that kind of keeps you on your toes a little bit, although you do have to listen for it a little bit more intently. On, not there, back on, off. Hear that? Off again, and then on for the remainder of that. Okay, I'm liking this. I'm curious to know when Ultrakill was even like made and released. On Steam through early access, September 2020. Okay, not quite 6 years old then. Yeah, FPS, honestly, I'm not a big fan of first-person shooters, but I can appreciate them, especially because I know there's a whole market for them. I have heard of Ultrakill, but I don't really know too much aside from that. But yeah, the music, not bad. I can imagine some of the other music might go like super, super hard. I have 2 other tracks on my playlist that I will get to in a future video. They are the Cyber Grind and then Order, and they are also pretty long tracks. But if there's any other ones that you really want me to react to, I'm not really sure what's like super popular in terms of like the OST, what tracks stick out. So feel free to let me know. I'll add them to my playlist. Excited to do more Ultrakill music. Every so often I like to kind of do something different and react to a completely new game that I have never played before and I have no idea what the soundtrack sounds like. That is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button and also subscribe. It tells YouTube that you enjoy my content and you want to see more of it. And of course, if you'd like to get early access to these types of videos, take a look at the membership tiers that I have available. You can get the early access, your suggestions prioritized, and you can even get your names in these videos, like these amazing people right here. So feel free to check it out. As always, I have a lot more content coming your way soon, so stay tuned. I am also considering doing some other type of video game related content on the channel, just to add a little bit of variety to the channel and kind of demonstrate some of the things that I personally am doing in the game audio space, aside from, just reacting to music. So I hope you guys look forward to that. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.